Welcome to the Alternative Products Podcast, the ultimate hub for counterculture enthusiasts and innovators. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the world of alternative products together.
So right now on the podcast, our next episode, we have Sid with Vape Nation and Ryan with Vape Nation. What can you guys tell us about your experience with the Alt Pro Expo? I know, Sid, we actually had you on the podcast.
Thank you.
In Fort Lauderdale. This is going to be your second. You're the first guest that's going to do a repeat appearance. I thought it was kind of interesting that you were at our show in Fort Lauderdale and you're also at our show in Dallas. What's important for you to come to these shows and be at every show that we have?
First thing for me is industrial connection. To make a great connection in this industry where we work. That's why I don't miss any Alt Pro shows. I travel Miami, I travel over here, I travel Vegas, everywhere just to attend the show, so I can make a great contact with this great, amazing people out there. And to learn about new product. That's the thing, every time I come here, I see something new, I see something fascinating, and I see how industry been changing, how the trend has been changing, and I can bring those best of the best selected products to my customer where my stores are located at, whether it's in Houston, whether it's in Jasper, Lufkin, or whatever the places are.
Yes.
So we can bring the best of the best product, selected ones, to the customers, and customer can enjoy the best product, and they don't have to travel to any metropolitan city to get those products.
Yes.
And we try to also beat the price compared to the big cities, so they don't even have to pay extra money to get that product over there. So that's my point.
And you said in multiple stores. How many stores do you guys have?
So at the moment we are around 10 or 11 stores, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
And we are gradually expanding interstates.
Awesome.
We are gradually expanding interstates. We want to be a name out there where people can trust us. People can trust our product. What we also do as a member of a Vape Nation franchise, what we do is every product we put on our shelf, we want to test that product ourselves. We want to go through their lab results, their testing process, how they have been made, and then we put that on the shelf so our customer get not only the best product, but also the cleanest product.
We're not just also trying to feed a customer a product. I find a lot of this in this market. You go to a lot of these vape shops. The first thing they're trying to do is just give you whatever's on the shelf. They're just trying to throw it right down. A big part of my personal job is to actually figure out what works best for you. You know what I mean? Hey, are you looking for indica sativa, for instance? If we're talking about cannabis, and hey, does this product actually contain minor cannabinoids to give you that type of effect? It's really going to be, on that area. And it's commonly an issue where you go into these shops and they don't provide you with anything. They don't provide you with anything at all, barely even conversation. You know what I mean? So a big part of what we're trying to do with Vape Nation is, one, just be more personable, and also care about the product in a way where we do our own third-party lab testing if we have to. You know what I mean? We're not going to get something on the shelf if it doesn't have a COA. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a love and a passion, not just for sales. You know what I mean?
Awesome. And how do you guys decide on your inventory, on what you put in the stores? If you have 10 locations, does it vary between the location, how much inventory you have, and what goes into those decisions?
So decisions is been made on the quality of product. Obviously, we wanted to put the best product out there, and most of our locations, they have same products because all those products are best qualities.
Okay.
We don't say that one location has a different product than another one, because we want all the customers from all the places, they need to have a best of the best products available at their disposal.
Yes.
So that's how we just count the inventory. We just do our inventory system. Best product at all the locations.
Awesome. And for somebody starting out with their first smoke shop, how would you? What kind of advice would you give them on how they would store their inventory?
I would advise them to stick to the traditional way. Don't try to do experiments. Don't try to do anything new. I would say the best way is to to have an honest practice. What you're talking to your customer, that is important. If I'm lying to a customer, the customer is not a long-term customer. He or she will go away. You know, I would suggest them to be honest. Just say whatever they are selling. Don't try to be over smart in front of customer, because customer is smarter than you. So customer knows, because he have money. You know, he or she is spending money. They need to know the truth.
Yeah.
So that's the practice we follow. And so far, my customer, they absolutely love us. They are loyal to us. They love us. You know, that's what I would say. You know?
Yes. Awesome. And when you're coming to these shows, how important is it for you to build relationships with the vendors here, and what goes into your process on how you're building these relationships?
Building relationship is the fundamental of coming to the store, coming to the shows.
Okay.
When you have a support of a vendor behind you, you can go and talk to customer in the same confidence. Okay, because if vendor is not supporting you, you will be struggle in front of customer, because if you don't have a clarity that particular product you are selling is good or not, then you won't be able to sell it right way.
They can read it off the
They
bat.
can read
You know
it.
what I mean? They
Yeah.
know immediately just from your vibe that you're selling a product versus you have passion and care about this specific
Absolutely.
product. You know what I mean? You can see it in your eyes. You know what I mean? It's snap.
Yeah.
You know?
And how was your experience walking the show? Were you at Fort Lauderdale? Is this your first show?
No, this is
that you're
actually
coming
my
to?
first expo to go to.
Okay.
It was an amazing experience just to go around and actually, I've been in different industries like the cannabis industry up in Oklahoma and other things like that. So I've been in this similar type of vibe, but I really like how everything's been implemented. It's very nice, they're very professional, and just the different type of people to meet with, and it was a different vibe than what I'm actually used to in some different expos that I've been to with this type of products.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what are some of the products that you saw in there that you guys don't have in your smoke shop that you're really thinking of bringing on?
Well, there are a few in there that we were definitely thinking about bringing in, and that's specifically, I'm not going to mention specifically on brand name of a product,
Right.
but it's specifically on the kratom market.
Okay.
We've seen a lot of things that are going on within the kratom market that are actually kind of big, you know what I mean? That
Yes,
aren't
yes.
just, there's more people who seem to actually care about their product than aren't just pushing just kratom. You know what I mean? They're actually starting to care about their COAs, care about who's actually their vendor to start with. Initially, a long time ago, it was just no one cared. No one really cared. No one cared about the different alkaloid contents. It's just growing. It's definitely growing. I've even seen something over there, Phenibut, for instance, isn't something that's being heavily brought up. Saw that in the show today. We're excited to see that. Definitely was. I personally was.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And speaking on that, so it's your first time at the show. When you're walking the show, what really stood out to you from the vendors there? What was as opposed to not just the kratom, not just the other products. For instance, I'll ask a better question. Do you guys have, in your shop, what other products do you have other than your traditional vapes or the derivatives that you find in the cannabis plant? Do you have mushrooms, for instance? Are you
Yes.
looking to bring those on as well?
So yeah, we do have the Amanita muscaria mushrooms. We do carry that. We personally feel, they do have that effect. They're mainly a GABA antagonist,
Okay.
and we find that a lot of consumers are actually very uneducated about what this muscimol and ibotenic acid actually acts on, you know what I mean? And so a big part of, for instance, my occupation is just to inform people about the pharmacology of that thing, and also just say, hey, there are different medications that it interacts with, and I do think that needs to be discussed within this market. You know what I mean? So there's some things where it's like, we definitely, it's a big deal. We need to continue this into the market, but we need to get more clarity to the consumer, and we need to stop pushing this idea that they are for instance, full-blown psychedelic, and they're not in that traditional type of way. I feel like it's very misleading marketing, and specifically Vape Nation, we don't, you know what I mean?
Right.
We
We won't
don't
take
try
on a product that says something on the label that you feel is not actually in line with the product. I
Yeah.
get that. Awesome. And as far as teaching and education on the products that you guys carry, what goes into, let's say you have a new employee come on, what goes into teaching that new employee so that way they're giving the correct information to the consumers entering the store?
That's a great question, actually. It really starts off with, hey, just listen, just follow me for a little while. I'm going to be talking with consumers all day. You know what I mean? So just relax, have a good time, because a big part of running a vape shop is, I hate to sound generic, vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I have somebody that I'm training and they feel that they are being pushed to learn, at that moment, I don't want them to push to learn. I want them to feel, you know what I mean? I want them to want to. I want them to want to gain that information naturally. So if they're not gonna put that into it, then I'm not, what's the point of me putting it into them? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of that type of situation. But I will usually go through the general consistency of like, hey, these minor cannabinoids do this. CBN, it's going to be better for sleep. CBG, better during the daytime. We'll go through certain things like, THCP and its psychoactivity and how stronger it is. If anybody has any questions about it, like, hey, about the carbon chain that is added onto the THCP, you know what I mean? Because some people wonder about, hey, how is this made?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can even inform them on that. That's a big part of what we want to be able to do.
Okay.
And just getting out of the area of just even cannabis. If you've noticed recently, the big blow up of just disposables. You know what I mean? And while disposable market is awesome and we're happy to see it growing and moving, there's definitely a dying market in your regular devices. Vape Nation is still on top of that. You go to a lot of other shops, and my personal experience, you're not even going to find a good device on the shelf. You know what I mean? That isn't a salt nick device or something like that. So we also are big on that and making sure that we carry all the juices. We have testers for all the juices. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Traditional vapes.
Yes,
Awesome.
traditional sub-ohm
Like if you
vaping.
see today in the show, there was no traditional vape device booth, and only one booth was selling like juices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or two booth, right? But
Yeah,
so
there
yeah,
was-
two
there
booth,
was-
yeah.
Yeah. there was-
But back in the day, like 4 years ago, you might see like half of the show filled with the devices, new devices, juices, lineups, everything.
Yes.
So I know the trend is changing, but people gotta like companies need to remember that there is an absolute big market
Huge.
of devices still out there,
Yeah.
and stores need to keep them.
So speaking on that, do you know of any good newsletters that people can subscribe to stay ahead of the curve and on that end, and possibly even the regulation side of things as well, what's legal and what's not, and what's smoke shop owners can actually do to be informed?
Yeah, I just there are some I don't remember the exact name, but there are some pages on Facebook and on Reddit where you can just stay on top of the lineups of what's going on legality wise.
Yeah, Reddit's Clean Cart is a really great place to view that information on. But also a YouTuber specifically, I think it's Al TV is his name. He's been very on top of actually caring about how these products are, made, synthesized, and what's going on in the market. He knew some of these other states before, like some of the shutdowns actually happened. He knew they were going to happen. So you know what I mean. I would definitely heavily recommend him if y'all are looking for anybody to check out. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. And also, for somebody that owns a smoke shop, I know you say you have 11 stores, is that correct?
Around that, yeah.
Around 11 stores. Have you thought of maybe bringing your own product into play, or got into the manufacturing side of the business, and is that something in the works?
Yeah, I said surprise is coming next, Alt Pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprise
Keep
is
on the
coming,
lookout for sure. Yeah.
You're gonna look at it.
Awesome.
Yeah, the whole world gonna look at it.
Awesome. And is it? I don't know if you want to go into too much detail. Is there going to be white label involved? Are you getting these contacts from the shows itself?
It's a mixed bag.
Okay.
I would say it's a mix.
Nice.
I don't want to, because of the company policy.
Too much
I don't
information.
want
We
to
can't.
release too much.
I
No,
got
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be good product coming in, pretty
Awesome.
soon. Yeah. So.
Awesome. So there you have it. So you find it to be important for, even if you're a smoke shop. Let's say you're a smoke shop starting out. At least get to that point where you can say, okay, I want to introduce a product, or I want to introduce a brand to the industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, we have a deep root to this business.
Yep.
Deeper than 11 store, I would say.
Okay.
And because of that route, bringing your own product, obviously it's no brainer. it was eventually coming in, and because we are waiting for a right product. We just don't want to push anything out there in the market and jeopardize our name, our brand name, our reputation.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for right exact product, right moment to punch it in, you know.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to say to our listeners, Ryan or Sid, to what you guys have going on, or just anything you want to say about the industry before we get out of here?
Man, I will say one thing that I've noticed going on in this alternative cannabis industry specifically. I'm starting to finally notice that companies are starting to get more closer to a full spectrum type of product. You know, we're actually starting to see, while this has been a very, very heavily recreational type of market, we're starting to see companies actually care about the medical side of things more than just, you know, because we've had CBD, CBG, CBN, and it's definitely been underplayed and underdone throughout the market. And we've had tons of CBD providers say, oh yeah, this is 1,000 milligrams of CBD and have 500. We're starting to see more and more companies that are actually being legitimate about it. You know what I mean? Actually caring about that full spectrum feel, and that personally makes me excited. I don't know about everybody else, but it makes me excited. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
And Sid, anything that you want to share?
I would
with the people?
just say to customers, you know, actually, whenever you go and buy a product anywhere, okay, any retail store, anywhere, just keep in mind that you are going to a right place for the right product, because every place is made for certain products. So if you want a genuine product, go to a genuine place, buy a genuine stuff. Sometimes genuine stuff can cost money. You know, if you want turbocharge in your car, you gotta pay extra. Simple as that. There is no rocket science in that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So if you want a good product, a quality product, it's gonna cost you, but don't worry. It's gonna also pay you back in a matter of effect, in a matter of experience. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
go for a good product, go for a good place, and you gotta get better experience. Simple as that.
There it is, Sid and Ryan with Vape Nation. Thank
you
you
so
again
much.
for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right.
As the industry continues to evolve, so will we, bringing you the latest trends, innovations, and stories from the front lines. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, and industry peers to help us spread the word and continue to grow this community. Thank you for being a part of the Alternative Products Podcast.